Welcome back, guys. It's finally time to get another camouflage video up. It has been forever since I did one. I have had so much going on and other things taking priority, and just not the combination of not the physical time to get out and do this, but also having something new to show you. So what I'm doing today is not new. I did do a video on this before. The difference is, the first time all I had was my 0241 tactical pullover, and that was it. Now I've got a little bit more. So for those of you that don't know, this camouflage pattern is the Navy's AOR II pattern, and thanks to my very good friend, I now have an actual top and pants. So we're set. I can actually do this a little better than what I did the previous time. So to my good buddy LV, I owe you big time, brother. I appreciate it. For those of you that don't know, the AOR II pattern is the Navy's pattern that they use service-wide now. It replaced the blue digital pattern that they were using. Now, I'll go ahead and say up front, I'm not a big fan of digital patterns. However, I love AOR II. If I'm going to have a digital pattern, this is going to be the one that I'm going to run. Unfortunately, there's just not a lot of good quality stuff available in it, because the materials are fairly restricted as to who gets them to make stuff with. So that leads to a bit of a shortage, and when you do find stuff, it's usually commanding a very high price. So this is it. A bit of a bone. Why did it take the Navy to come up with, in my opinion, the best digital pattern of all the digital patterns out there? Army, I'm disappointed. I mean, seriously. How long were you stuck with that stupid UCP? Which, there are areas where UCP works, and works really well. The problem is it's a very limited area. I think personally AOR II works a little better across a much broader range. That's all I'm going to say about that. So kudos to the Navy for coming up with this. This is the first time in, believe it or not, a year now that I've actually gotten out here. The last video I did out here was last year, right after Hurricane Irma come through and kind of wrecked the place. And there's still, well, of course there's a lot of trees and stuff down, because nobody actually comes in here and moves all the down trees. There's no reason to. But I don't know how that's going to affect what I can do and can't do. So we are in middle of fall. That's what it is on the calendar. It's not really what the weather wants to do. We're in the middle of fall. It's a little bit cooler today because we actually have a cool front blowing through, which is why there's so much wind right now. So I hope that won't affect things too much on the camera. And the good thing is, with the wind blowing a little bit cooler temperatures, I don't have the flying vampires eating me alive. We do, as you can see, still have a lot of foliage left on stuff. The leaves are dropping, but they haven't completely dropped yet. So, enough rambling by me. AOR II, we're going to go get a few little clips and kind of see how it works, let you guys see. I have not camoed up my face like I would like to do, because once again, that whole time thing, I've got some stuff I've got to go do as soon as I get finished with this, and I don't have time to clean up and wash off. So if you're watching this, and those of you that are nitpicky and critical, you may see my face in a few places. That's okay. If you can see my face, but can't see the rest of my body, it's probably a clue that the pattern works pretty good. So just keep that in mind, okay? Maybe in some future ones I will have time to completely and properly camo up the extremities. So anyway, just that little caveat, because I know there are some of you that get pretty picky about that kind of thing. Go get you some coffee, have a seat, and let's go see how this stuff works. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it on that. This is way shorter than what I wanted to do, but you got to deal with what you got, right? The briars and stuff are so overgrown in here that it's literally one gigantic briar patch. So it's making it really difficult to move around. I'm surprised that my pants aren't just completely shredded. I've been stuck so many times I feel like a pincushion. But I can't prone out and get low to the ground because I'll be stuck by 1,000 briars. Not to mention, with as thick as the ground cover is right now, I could just about be wearing a neon red jacket and lay down and disappear because it's just so thick. And that's kind of pointless and won't do you any good. That doesn't really show you anything about how the pattern works or doesn't work. So the other problem I've got is we got a rule around these parts that you don't put your feet anywhere you can't see. Well, I can't see squat. And I'm having to put my feet and legs a lot of places, pretty much every step, where I can't see. And we do have our fair share of water moccasins around here. And I'm really not keen on stepping on one of those. It's gotten so overgrown since Irma that the further into things I get, the worse it gets. So it ain't getting no better from here. So, unfortunately, that's all you're going to get for today. I will definitely try to come back and revisit this a third time once things maybe change a little bit. Maybe once we get more into winter, I will try it again when things have died off a little bit. And I do have another family location I can go to that might be a little more conducive to doing this. I just got to find time to get there. There's that time thing again. So, not to be making excuses for you guys, I'm just trying to explain why this one's so short. It's more just for safety reasons at this point, because I'm out here by myself, and if I get tagged by a water moccasin or something and go down, it's going to be real hard pressed for somebody to get to me in a timely manner. So that's it. My good friend Brent0331 not long ago did a video on the AOR II. So I encourage you to go over to his channel and check it out if you hadn't already seen it. He's got a little bit more footage than I do. And in a little bit different environment, not a whole lot different, but definitely a little bit different. So that'll give you a couple of different areas to see it in. I encourage you to go check out Brent's channel. Brent's been doing a lot of camouflage videos for pretty much as long as I have. I think I started doing them maybe like a month or two before he did, literally like a month or two. So, you know, we were two kindred minds miles apart, had the same idea and started doing the same thing. So go check out his channel and you can see some of the stuff he's doing. He's got some cooler comm block stuff that I don't have. And a little bit easier environment right now to do things in. So that's it. I'll shut up. AOR II, the digital pattern, this is the one I like. It's not my primary go-to, but if I was going to use a digital, this would be it, and I wouldn't think twice about it. So, you guys take safe, get out there and do something productive, and we'll see you in another one.